what's going on? Welcome to the Fans of Wrestling Show. I'm your host, Paulie Price. No one else works here. Today we're going to be talking about AEW Dynamite. With the first match, we saw Cody Rhodes versus ORTIZ. This was a pretty good match. We saw Santana constantly getting involved in the match, even a couple of times hitting Cody with the ball in a sock while the ref wasn't looking. I mean, Arn Anderson tried to get help here. This was really good match. It was back and forth. Good storytelling. Right here, we see Lance Archer just showed up in the middle of the match, and that's Jake the Snake Roberts' client right here. You can see Ortiz trying to get momentum, but Cody able to hit the figure four right here. Fully lock it in. He's going to lock it in now. I like this, how they pulled this out. I even like watching. You can see Ortiz, he tries to roll out to reverse the pressure. Does that, but Cody's able to roll it right back and get Ortiz to tap and get out of the match. So this was really cool. Cody gets the win here. What we see at the end of the match, Jericho gets on the Tron. He's basically saying, hey, we're going to see you guys at Blood and Guts. But for now, have you seen Nick Jackson, We actually just ran into him. You might have a little bit of a headache. I love this here. Jericho is great. Look at this right here. Nick Jackson out. That looks awesome. You can see some blood there. Listen, I'd love that they build up things to each show. And right now, the Inner Circle is just running havoc. You can see they got the medical staff coming in. The Blood and Guts coming up in 2 weeks in Newark, New Jersey. I mean, this one's going to be a big one. It's basically the Inner Circle versus the Elite. And with Hangman Adam Page, the way he's been acting, and we'll talk about later what happened to him and Matt Jackson, I don't know how this is going to happen. I mean, the Inner Circle is one, especially now that Jericho doesn't have to worry about the title. He's more dangerous than ever with the Inner Circle. So I'm actually really looking forward to this match here in 2 weeks. And I know somebody that's going to this match. Hopefully I'm going to try to set it up, but when this match happens on Thursday, I'm looking to see if I can get a call and maybe speak to him and get a perspective from someone who was at the show. All right, now we're going to move over to the women's division with Priestley, Rose versus Shida and Statlander. This was a pretty good match. I mean, the women's definitely stepping up their game. I got to say, Shida is really an outstanding competitor. She could take... There was a few times she was taking a few bumps and just got right back up. I mean, I got to give it to her. That was pretty impressive. And I'm a big fan of Kris Statlander. I like her style. I also like her gimmick. You see right here, but it ended up with a spear from Nyla Rose after all the distractions, right? You see how she got up so quick? And then the Beast Bomb. Close out the match, but then watch this. Yeah, B. Priestley attacking Nyla Rose, basically. Saying, listen, I want a shot at this title too. I mean, that was pretty a backstabbing move right there. They teamed up, they got the win, and then basically sent her a message. So I like that. I thought that was pretty cool. I like B. Priestley. I think she's definitely a great wrestler and another good addition to the AEW. And we see Chris Daniels coming out with a promo right after this. It was actually very funny, where he was kind of mocking the Dark Order and basically explained everything that happened over the course of the last few months up until Revolution, where, he showed up and basically fooled them that he was the Exalted One. But I really like this. I thought this was pretty funny. I'm not really a huge Chris Daniels fan, but listen, I'm not used to a lot of these wrestlers. They were in Ring of Honor. I really didn't watch that, so a lot of these wrestlers I'm not familiar with. And I also like, the Dark Order sucks. This was pretty funny. For me, I'm going to give this match a 3 out of 5. I thought it was a pretty good match. They did a good show, and, Nyla Rose and Bea Priestley getting the win. All right, now we're going to move over to the 6-man tag match, and that was the Jurassic Express versus MJF, the Butcher, and the Blade. This was a great match. It started off, MJF got in the ring, and he started off with Marco Stunt. And basically, he was like, what, are you kidding me? And he basically pushed him back. And Marco Stunt came back at him. But when he turned around again, after he knocked him down, Luchasaurus was tagged in. Basically walks right up to MJF. And MJF standing there, has no clue that he's behind him. Bumps into him. I love that. MJF is just a great performer. You want to hate him, but he's so good at selling when he's getting beat down. And he's got that old school Ric Flair, getting scared, going to the knees, falling on his ass. Just stuff like that is just great. He tagged in the Butcher. I mean, this match was actually really good. I'm starting to like the Butcher and the Blade. That Butcher is a beast, man. That guy can take a kick to the face and then deliver a sick clothesline. He really is a phenomenal wrestler. After Jungle Boy and Marco Stunt did some crazy jumps off the top rope to the outside, we saw MJF was able to get back in the ring. He was legal. Marco Stunt was legal, and it was just basically him and Marco Stunt. He was able to put the Salt of the Earth submission and get the win there. So I was very happy that MJF and the Butcher and the Blade get the win. I'm liking MJF is getting this win. If he's talking all this crap, he needs to win. For me, I'm going to give this match a 4 out of 5. I thought it was really entertaining. I like everything that they're doing with MJF, that he's getting everything he needs to move forward. We saw Wardlow get involved a little bit. The Bunny get involved with the distraction, which helped them to win. So just everything that they're doing right now, I love it with MJF. All right, now we're going to move over to the newly formed Death Triangle versus Joey Janela and the Private Party. We haven't seen Private Party in some time, and I believe they're on the dark shows. I really don't watch that. It's just so much wrestling to watch. We saw Private Party and Joey Janela pretty much have the whole match in their hands. I mean, they really did a great job. I was shocked that I actually thought the Death Triangle was going to lose because they just really had no momentum. But in the end, I mean, you know, Pat came through. The Lucha Brothers, those guys are insane. I'm a huge Lucha Brothers fan, and they were able to get the win over Joey Janela. I see Joey Janela come off the rope. Boom! Pentagon Jr. Watch this. Ray Phoenix right here with a beautiful cutter. Bang! This is the only problem I had with the match, though, was the ref here. Watch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, I love that. That's great. But you see, like, you know, there's, you know, as a future official, I really, like, got to get on that because you got to, you know, he's still in the ring, and that bothered me. That bothered me. But I did love the ending here. Seeing the Black Arrow. I was glad that the Death Triangle got the win. They needed it. Moving forward now, we got the Death Triangle, the Inner Circle. Man, this is getting crazy. But then look at this. This is the official Death Triangle right here. But then they get saved by the best friends who come running out here with freshly squeezed, the man of the hour, too sweet to be sour, Orange Cassidy. No pull, please. Yeah, I love this guy. He's just, everything about this whole team and this whole gimmick is great. Right here, you see him match up. I just love Orange right here. But just goes around here, take my time. You ain't gonna do nothing. Just great. Just great entertainment right there from Orange. For me, I'm gonna give this match a 5 out of 5. I thought it was friggin' amazing. Joey Janela, you know, he's just this, he's so unorthodox with his wrestling, but it's so awesome. I really love his style, and the Lucha Brothers are a phenomenal team. Just the way they just incorporate their moves and the way they have the crowd in the palm of their hands. Love it. 5 out of 5. Great job. And I'm super excited for the Death Triangle. See what's going to happen maybe with the Inner Circle, or maybe they'll team up and just run the whole friggin' place. All right, now we're going to finish off with the main event. Now, Hangman Adam Page had a mystery partner. Okay? And he was going to go against Jericho and Sammy Guevara. So after the attack from the Inner Circle on Nick Jackson, Dustin Rhodes decided that he's going to take this opportunity to get some retribution and basically told Hangman Adam Page backstage interview that I don't care if you like it or not, I'm your partner. So it was Hangman Adam Page with Dustin Rhodes versus Sammy Guevara and Chris Jericho. This was a really great match. Jericho got a beer and kind of like was going to pour it on his head, and then Hangman Adam Page kind of kicked him and Jericho spit it in the air. Hangman drank a little bit of the beer. Just great. I hope he's. I hope those are set beers because, you know, the coronavirus and everything. I'm sure that they are, but just great entertainment. I love that he's doing this whole shtick while he's wrestling, and considering that he's just like this lone ranger cowboy. Listen. First off, I'm just gonna say a side note here with Hangman Adam Page. I love his character. Do you know how hard it is to play off a cowboy? And it's been a while since Cowboy Orton that could really pull that off. This guy is pulling it off, and he makes me want to be a cowboy. Hangman. Right there was great. Boom! Taking out La Champion. And then right here, my favorite move. Canadian Destroyer on Sammy Guevara, who sells great right into the buckshot lariat. Boom! Just so great. Whoever the agent was, whoever designed this, was just great. Great match, man. It comes out of nowhere and saves Hangman Adam Page. I thought this was great. For me, I'm going to give this match a 5 out of 5. It was really great. I love Chris Jericho and the Inner Circle. I'm a big fan of Hangman Adam Page. This is a perfect match to have as a main event. It was a mystery guy, and we find out who it is. It was Dustin Rhodes, so it's just a great way to end the show, and then having the Inner Circle just run muck on everybody and take them out just is a fantastic way to keep these stories going towards the next shows and Blood and Guts coming up in 2 weeks in Newark, New Jersey. All right, now we're going to rate the whole show. We're going to start with the ref rating. I'm going to give the refs a 4 out of 5. There was a couple of times that I thought that they had a couple of competitors in the tag match, and they're a little too long. Other than that, great job of the refs, Aubrey, Knox, Paul Turner. The match card rating, I'm going to give it a 5 out of 5. I thought it was a really good job. I thought they set up everything nice. Everything flowed well. You had Cody, you had the women's tag match. So I just like how they spread everything out, and the promos and all too was great. The production value, I'm going to give it a 5 out of 5. I thought it was really outstanding. The commentary is amazing. The product, the interviews, we saw Tony interview Britt Baker, and she actually got interrupted by Big Swole, and I did like this. I liked how Britt Baker was like, oh, you're only here, people know you because of your boyfriend. And Big Swole showed her big-ass ring and was like, oh, you mean my husband, bae. And she was talking about Adam Cole because Britt Baker is in a relationship with Adam Cole, and Big Swole is married to Cedric Alexander from WWE. So I thought that was really cool. I like how they sneak these little tidbits in. It's just great. It's entertaining. Definitely 5 out of 5 for the production value. For the overall show rating, I'm going to give the show a 4 out of 5. I thought it was a really good show. Good production. Everything was great. The storytelling was great. We saw a little interview with Moxley, basically telling Jake Hager to step up to the plate. Loved that. Thought that was great. All right, thanks so much for watching. If you have an issue with my ratings or reviews, I really don't care. Because at the end of the day, what do I know? I'm just a fan.